Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are going to be doing some plot tours. The new home tour feature is probably one of my favorite things from the recent Palia update, and I'm so excited to share with you a ton of great inspiration if you need ideas for filler builds or maybe some ways to use the building blocks. If I showcased your plot in today's video, let us know in the comment section below, and let's go ahead and get the video started. If you are somebody who loves to use the building blocks but also enjoys a witchy aesthetic, this first plot is going to be made completely for you. So we will be starting their tour inside their conservatory, and I definitely am excited to showcase this with you because I know many of us need some inspiration for this building. I really appreciate that they went for a more minimalistic sort of vibe in here. We have the ranch house planters, and these are going to be framing in all these different florals, and I just think that this is so stunning and great inspo if you want something a little bit more simple. Once we leave the conservatory, we're going to explore the outside of their witchy home first, and as you can see, majority of this was done with building blocks, and I think that this is so inspiring for people who really enjoy building structures with the building blocks. Now, something I thought was interesting about this build is the fact that it uses two ghosted structures, and basically what ghosting is glitching a single room onto your plot. It won't be attached to any harvest house, and you can do it with fireplaces too. However, I am not sure how they did the windows. I know that they can be glitched together, but I always thought it had to be onto a room, for example. I'm definitely interested in learning how they did this glitch, especially over here on the opposite wall where they've done an entire wall of windows. And this house feature is probably one of my favorite things about this plot because it reminds me so much of Tamala's window. I really hope that we get this in a future update. Not only would this allow more customization with our home, but this plot today just proves how beautiful an entire wall of windows could look. Now that we've viewed most of the outside structure, it's time to check out the interior of this house, and as you can see, they have this gorgeous flower arch, and this is kind of hiding the glitched part of the hallway that they used as an entrance. If you want to learn how to glitch single rooms, I will have a helpful live stream linked for y'all in the video's description. This is where I learned how to do it too. I'm still blown away with the fact that this is done with building blocks. The layout is so well thought out. We have this gorgeous little entrance with the fireplace and dining area. The way that they have done the archways into room transitions is just so well done. This just proves that even with the limitation of the building block styles that we have, you can definitely customize this and really change out the style of how they look. So over here is one of the ghosted hallways that we were talking about. It looks like they may have used two hallways together, but I could be wrong about this. And I just love that they have created this cozy little kitchen over here. Then directly across from the kitchen, this is one of my favorite rooms as mentioned earlier. It is this amazing living room design with floating books. I really love how they use the building blocks to hang their light fixtures on and just all the little details that they have put into this room. I still can't get over that this entire structure was made with building blocks. Can you imagine how long this may have took them to not only grind for the resources, but figure out a functional aesthetic layout for the cottage too? I also feel like this home's layout could work really nice for a beach home too, so I will be taking inspiration from this. I just can't get over how gorgeous the layout is. I also can't get over how great the staircase looks. I believe that they have used just the regular small blocks and floor pieces with this, but I could be wrong. But once we go up the staircase, we are greeted with the bedroom and bathroom area, and I just think that this is so beautiful. I also noticed that they have trees up here on the top level too, and I think that this can be done with the red present glitch, but I could be wrong about this. So if y'all know how they did the trees, let us know in the comment section below because this would be helpful for those looking to decorate or build something like this. I feel like I could stay on this spot forever, but we do have several other homes to showcase today, so let's go ahead and transition to our second home for today's video. This next home is a autumn theme, and there's some great building block inspiration on here, but as we start today's tour, I did want to disclaim that Palia right now has a glitch with the pavers. As you can see, they're kind of all wonky right now, so I did want to disclaim this as we do this home tour today. It's not usually an issue, but for this update, it has been. But this structure here is probably one of the cutest builds I think I have ever seen. I love how they have done this rooftop with the wood pavers, and then they overgrew those wood pavers with bushes. So I think that this is so inspiring for multiple themes. I don't think it's limited to just a cottagecore theme. For example, if you are doing something more coastal related, I think that you could definitely make a coastal version of this, especially with like the shore items. So I just think that this is such a great idea in general. We also have this really cute cooking area, so I think that this might be their work plot because I did notice that they had a crafting area too. And as you can see with the building blocks, they have created this little gazebo-like structure. And I don't think that this is limited to just a cooking area. You could turn this into a sitting spot. So I just feel like this plot has a lot of really great ideas and also great inspiration if you are doing something more natural too. We also have this cute little laundry area, and I think that this is such a cute filler build. This area is just really well done, and I think it's great inspo if you are doing a cottagecore theme. Across the laundry location, we have this cute pond build which has been created by using pavers and rugs. I also love how they've done this circle shape with florals around the pond too. It just gives it such a nice overground look. You can just tell that the plot owner has put a lot of thought into their entire layout. They also created this really nice bridge too, using I think the wooden slope pieces, and they have placed pavers on top of it. So I think that this is a great addition to their build too. Once we leave the pond area, we're going to make our way towards the treehouse build, and I think that this treehouse is so inspiring if you want a more traditional look, but I did want to show that this kind of goes in a complete circle back towards the entrance if you follow the pavers, so they have definitely made the plot layout really easy to navigate through. So if you're having some issues with layout or need some inspiration on how to do a forest layout, this plot definitely has some great ideas. Underneath the treehouse, we have this adorable sitting area, and again, that paver placement is just absolutely stunning, and it looks like they've done a similar style over here too. I think that this is such a great filler build for these target practice items because I never know what to do with them, so if you're needing some inspiration on it, I think that this could work for multiple themes. I believe the last location we need to check out is the treehouse, so we have this gorgeous paver created staircase around the tree, and then it connects over here onto the deck of the treehouse. I really love that they went for a nostalgic approach with this treehouse. It just looks so much like something I would see in my childhood, and I like that they've used a lot of makeshift items up here too. So if you have a ton of extra makeshift items, this is a great way to put them to use. Inside the treehouse, they have created this cute little bedroom, and I really love how they made the window over here, especially the placement of the bellflower curtain. I just think that that was such a great move for extra detail in the room, but I just think that the overall vibe that the room has is so well done. So I think that this is some great inspo not only for decorating a treehouse, but the layout too, especially if you're overwhelmed by big structures. So I believe we have seen everything on this plot, but I would recommend visiting it just in case if I have missed something. It is definitely worth checking out if you are needing some cottagecore inspiration. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and tour the next home for today's video. The next plot for today's video is short and sweet, but it's probably one of the coolest homes I've seen in a while. I really love how they've done these blue candles throughout the forest pathway. I know that this glitch can be done with pavers, but I'm not seeing any pavers anywhere, so I'm wondering how they were able to accomplish this glitch. I definitely think that the candles were such a great addition to this build, but before we check out the fortune teller cart, we're going to check out these little filler areas that they have done in their forest. The first one is this really cute bath area, and then it also looks like they've created a cute little pond over here. Just like the pond that we saw on the last tour, this one was created also by using pavers and a blue rug. Anyways, I think that's it for this location, so we're going to go ahead and make our way towards the fortune teller. I believe the glass ball is a friendship item from Sabira, but I could be wrong on this. I still have yet to get that item because I keep forgetting she exists because she's always in her room. So it looks like for the fortune teller wagon, they used two ghosted hallways together, but an alternative to this idea is by building the structure completely out of building blocks. I've seen people do wagons like this before, so it is definitely an option if you don't want to have to ghost the building. However, I feel like ghosting the hallway was such a smart move because you do get the luxury of placing wallpaper inside and outside of the building, and you also get a window in the back. So I feel like it's definitely worth learning how to do this glitch if you're wanting to create a fortune teller build. The wallpaper and window definitely just makes a huge difference. I'm just so blown away by the creativity of this plot, and I hope that it's brought you some much needed inspo. The next plot today is going to be this amazing castle build. The layout for this entire structure is so well thought out, and it's just really beautiful. They've also attached on each side a harvest house, which I think was a really cool approach to this building, so I can't wait to share with you how they've decorated this entire plot. So we have this really nice structured courtyard, and then as you can see, they have done the water trick by using the capital chic tables customized in shore, and this is such a great addition to their build. I also love how they've placed the giant Shoppa plushes on those towers, so I hope we can see those at a closer look once we get up to the upper level. So already I'm absolutely speechless with what I'm looking at. I don't know how people figure out these layouts with building blocks, because every time I start to build, I feel overwhelmed because I don't know how to transition with each room. So when we visit builds like this one, for example, it helps me figure out how to transition in certain areas, but also gives me ideas on what I can do with a castle build too. As mentioned earlier, this build is connected to a harvest house, so I think that this is such a cool addition and a really unique approach on how you can incorporate both your house and building blocks together. I really like how they've made this room into the large dining area, and then we also have this really beautiful garden build that they have done with the ranch fountains and also some building blocks. And I feel like that build is also really good for cottagecore themes too. Once we go through the hallway connected to the harvest house, we are greeted with another hallway directly across from it. Sadly, my footage got corrupted at this hallway, so I would recommend revisiting this plot so you can go see what that room looked like. It is definitely worth visiting. So the staircase with the industrial rugs I think is such a great idea. It added some beautiful color to their build. And then I think we're going to make our way towards the right side because I believe that there is a staircase over here. So once we go up the staircase, we are greeted with the rooftop of their castle, and it looks like that each room we have seen so far has been themed to a different color. But if you look over here, you can see how they have done their harvest houses on each side of the castle. So again, just like I mentioned earlier, I think that this is such a great idea if you're wanting to do a building block structure, but you also want to use the harvest home too. So on the rooftop, it looks like they have created this rooftop garden, and we also have a little restaurant up here too. I think that these are such great builds for the rooftop of their castle. You honestly wouldn't think that this is up here from how small the castle looked below, but this just shows that you can get really creative with these layouts and do some really cool builds on top of them if you plan out your dimensions and layout first. Just like the first build we saw today, this build also has trees on the upper level. I really need to figure out how people are placing trees up here because I think that this is such a cool detail that you can add to your builds. I also love the usage of the pavers up here and bushes because they have staged the wooden building blocks as dirt. I don't think I've ever seen this done before, so I think that this is such a cool and original idea. So I think I have seen pretty much all of the castle except the backside, so we're gonna go ahead and make our way towards the back room, which is themed to this green and pink color palette. So it looks like over here we have this nice plant room kind of theme, and then this is going to lead up to the upper level that we were just at, but at a different spot. I believe there's like a little lookout up there, so the only way to reach this is by going through this tower. The plot owner has really done such a fabulous job with planning out the layout for this castle. Everywhere honestly has been really easy to walk through and navigate in, and I just think that this is going to be very helpful for people who are wanting to build a castle, but they don't want it to feel like a maze. Also, I just noticed that they have created the illusion of vines by using the log wall decor item, and I think that this is such a clever usage of that item. I feel like the vine idea could work really well for a cottagecore theme too. Anyways, I believe I've seen everything on this last plot today. I hope that this one brought you some inspo too. Honestly, every plot today was completely mind-blowing. I feel like I don't know how to play Palia anymore after seeing everyone's creativity. I hope that every plot today brought you some much needed inspiration just like it did for me. Let me know your favorite plot in the comment section below. As we near the end of this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. Thank you again so much for watching and have a horrible day.